All right, this is a quick myth busting video on the subject of collagen infused beauty products. So you might have heard this, or you will see it sometimes in marketing or on social media. Some beauty product or lotion that is infused with collagen or protein, and it's going to penetrate your skin and improve your elasticity. Okay, so that is, for lack of a cruder word, bunk. Okay, so biologically, that's not how your body works. Okay, what actually happens when you take protein in, your stomach acid breaks that protein down into to some degree, and then it goes into your small intestine, and your small intestine has enzymes in it that breaks it down even further into peptides and amino acids. Your body does not absorb protein from the outside world directly into your bloodstream. Biologically, that's not how your system works. And anyone saying otherwise is just wrong. They are either don't know what they're talking about, or they've gotten false information somewhere. But that's not how your system actually works. Things don't enter your bloodstream that way in terms of protein. Um, yes, it's true that if you put egg whites on your skin or collagen on your skin, it can temporarily help hold moisture into the skin, which can temporarily improve elasticity. And certainly anything that retains moisture, like hydraulic acid, for example, these things can help improve elasticity of the skin. But the mechanism of action is not the same as infusing your skin with collagen. That's not what's happening. What's happening is helping to retain moisture at the surface area, right? You can think of proteins almost as like this as an analogy. They're about the size of a soccer ball, and peptides I would think of as like a tennis ball, and amino acids is like the size of a pea or a marble. So like we're talking kind of big, and then it gets broken down into small pieces and the basic building blocks, and your system then absorbs those building blocks and uses them to then go and make whatever it needs: enzymes, hormones, other proteins, muscles, skin, like whatever the body decides it needs those amino acids for. That's what it's going to make with them. So that's the other myth about collagen and collagen supplements. Yes, by taking collagen supplements, you are giving your body the materials it needs to make more collagen, but you don't actually control or decide how your body uses those materials. The body will use them where it needs them. And your body has its own priorities and what it thinks it needs most, right? So you might have the idea that your priority is your skin and how you look and how beautiful you are, but your body's like, yeah, no, right now your stomach lining needs handling, and that's where I'm going to use this stuff. Do you see what I'm saying? So you have to realize there's a lot of functions happening under the hood. So the best solution to trying to improve your collagen and your skin and your nails or whatever you're trying to do, the best solution is always to just get enough protein. And if you get enough protein and you give the body the materials it needs, if it has enough of everything it needs, it will use it where it needs it. And you would be surprised at how much enough protein really is. I know there's a lot of contention and debate about this subject in the nutrition world, but biologically and factually speaking, most people, no matter what their age or activity level or anything, I mean, at a minimum, need 60 grams of protein or 50-ish. Like, to go lower than that, even if you're lying in bed doing absolutely nothing, you still need a bit more protein than you think, because there's so many different functions, hormones. I mean, protein is not just for muscles. Protein is used for, like, the building blocks of protein is not just for muscles, okay? The building blocks of protein that turn into amino acids. Amino acids are used for enzymes, hormones, many different processes in the body, muscle building, blood formation. Like, there's a lot that goes into everything, and you can kind of get the idea that protein in equals protein in the muscle or in the body, but that's not actually how it works. So the best solution is to get lots of protein. I can't in this video do justice on, okay, how much protein do you specifically need? It's its own video in itself, because everybody is different. It depends on your your age, your activity level, how good your digestion is, how if you're a man or a woman, how active you are. Like there's a lot of things that go into it. There is a basic range for that kind of scenario that you can kind of feel it out. You don't also want to mega dose on protein, so you don't want to take like 150 grams of protein if you're sitting at a desk all day doing nothing. Like that's an overkill, and if you that's just an exaggeration. But you also don't want to swing too far to the other way, because yes, your body will basically get rid of or store as fat protein that you don't use. It can convert protein into stored energy, and it basically can turn to fat if you way overdo it. Uh, so there's that downside. And the other downside to eating way too much protein or eating it in a very concentrated time period is your kidneys and liver and your system needs time to break it down and deal with it. And there's toxic off elements that occur when you break down protein. So you don't want to overload your system, your clearance systems, because that can create toxicity in your body and be very hard on the kidneys. So it's not true that, and I don't want to give the impression that eating protein is bad for your kidneys. That's not true. You just don't go crazy on it and overload your kidneys as a habit, if that makes sense. Healthy kidneys can handle a lot. If your kidneys are in stage 4, that's a different thing. That's a totally different scenario. But generally, healthy kidneys can handle a lot, but you don't want to go nuts every day on it, just thinking that, oh, my body will get rid of it, because you also don't want to be too rough on your body in that way. But again, you'd be surprised. Most people are not getting enough protein. That's mostly the problem that's going on. But hopefully this has been helpful. I just wanted to kind of like clarify this datum, because I see it and it makes me laugh, because having studied biology, I'm like, yeah, that's not true. But the average person would not necessarily know that. And you hear these datums and you think, oh, that kind of maybe makes sense. But and then people try it and they see that it helps retain moisture and they go, oh, it must be true. So yeah, I have experienced absolutely true, right? But sometimes the cause is not the thing we think it is, if you know what I'm saying. So yeah, just hopefully this helps. I just want to give people the correct information so you can make informed decisions and know what's going on. At the end of the day, your body is going to decide what it does with the collagen and the protein you eat. And the key thing is to just give it enough. And if you give it enough, it will take whatever excess that it needs to make your skin beautiful after it fixes everything else it needs to do. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, hopefully this helps.